It doesn't matter if it's Valentine's Day, if it's St. Patrick's Day, if it's President's Day, if it's a day that ends with a Y, there's always a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing that I want to talk about right now is The Daily Show, because we know that Jon Stewart came back to The Daily Show, but the numbers are definitely showing that he is doing really well being back, because right now it brought in 930,000 views, but overall 1.85 million views just on TV, but and digitally on the web, 11 million views of Jon Stewart coming back to The Daily Show. And of course, it's a little controversial, but it actually broke Trevor Noah's his whole record, and it's like just soared out. It's like the highest rated episode since like 2018. So I mean, not that long, but still doing really well for The Daily Show. They've been needed some higher ratings. They're probably very excited to have him back here, kicking some ass on The Daily Show, and hopefully he sticks around longer. But I guess he wanted to come back because he wanted to have a platform to showcase how he feels about the new 2024 election coming up. So it makes sense. That was his platform for a long time. He's probably very excited to be home. And then, of course, he's executive producing. So he'll be very busy for a long time. But he's back doing really well. And something else that's doing very, very well, everybody, is True Detective. Because a new season came out and everyone's talking about it. 4 episodes have come out, and right now in its 6-episode run, it has been the most watched season of True Detective. That's right, it has surpassed the first season. 12.7 million cross-platform viewers. That's insane. It surpassed the 11.9 from season 1, which, was an awesome season. I still haven't watched this one. I really want to check it out now because everyone's going crazy about it, but they have 2 episodes left, and they're expecting big things. It actually beat Succession out and White Lotus. That's crazy. The ratings are huge for this. But White Lotus is coming back, everybody. It's coming back. They started shooting in Thailand. It's going down, 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 down. And honestly, if you love this show, you're going to be super excited that it's finally going to be coming back. I said it takes some time to come out, of course. But, everyone's asking, what about Jennifer Coolidge? Will she come back? And she said, oh my God, people are asking me if I'm going to be in it. I can honestly say at this moment.
Did they not watch the previous
No one has
season?
mentioned it to me.
Hey,
but she also said, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
She said, I think I think I'm dead. I think I'm dead right now and maybe dead forever. But
I like this impression. I'm not sure if there's a lot of Jennifer Coolidge in it, but I do think
you're lucky it's not Friday. You'd have a gallon of Jack in your belly by now.
It's kind of Little Nicky from Little Nicky.
Yeah, Little Nicky. Very, very Little Nicky.
In the face of a fucking shovel. But but she said that she knows she's dead and she's very she's upset she's not back. She said she's jealous of everybody there and she wishes she was going to be back for the new season, but unfortunately she is not going to be back. And if you're a fan of the show, though, I'm guessing it'll still be fucking fantastic. Can't wait to see season 3. But something that is coming back, we talked about recently, is Suits, everybody, and Suits LA has found their leading man. That's right. Stephen Amell is coming in because, of course, Heels was canceled and he needs a new project and, he can't bitch at people in the picket line anymore. So he's looking for a new platform and he's going to Suits LA. And, honestly, I can see him doing that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Suits. I know it's been blowing up on the internet. They had the Super Bowl ad. People are going nuts about that. These guys are just making money again for a show that ended 10 years ago. Good for them. And honestly, who would ever thought? But Stephen Amell is like, I'm on board. Let's make this happen. And he's coming in to be the lead person on the show. And if you're wondering what this is going to be about, again, it centers around the character of Ted Black. Ted Black, which is Stephen Amell, a former federal prosecutor from New York who has reinvented himself representing the most powerful clients in Los Angeles. Arrow. Yeah, you're right, Richard Tracy. Arrow. He's going to be out there in L.A. shooting some bitches with some arrows and, prosecuting some people. So good for him. God. Good for him. Somebody else that's coming back, though, too, is the Thundermans, everybody. And this is one of those things, of course, it's show. The Thundermans are coming back. The Thundermans Return, it's called. And this has a special place in my heart. I know Sabrina's because we worked on the Thundermans for the whole run. So we know everybody, fantastic people, fantastic cast. Jed is back as the executive producer. And I don't know if you knew this, Sabrina, but Trevor Kirshner came back to direct this too.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty freaking cool.
I figured that or Ear Rubber. Jonathan Judge.
Or Jonathan Judge, Ear Rubber. Yeah, don't touch me there. Friend of the show, good person. Honestly, I think that overall, though, that they're going to do really well. I think this will be a thing where they'll probably spiral into doing more Thundermans. This is a fun show for kids. It really has great vibes. Colosso is awesome. A Talking Rabbit. I really enjoyed the program.
It didn't sound like him, though.
It didn't sound like him. No, it didn't.
That does not sound like him either, just to be clear, in case anyone's curious.
All night long. But if you wonder what this is about, Phoebe and Max, they've moved away from Hiddenville and they're in New York, in their new city, a big world, and they have to go back to Hiddenville because something brings them back. So, yes, we're going back to Hiddenville, everybody. It's going to be on Paramount Plus Thursday, March 7th, and also at the same time on Nickelodeon, streaming at 7 p.m. on Thursday, March 7th. Does he fight crime at night? as a mysterious vigilante. Well, I think he should. If you're talking about Suits, that would make a better twist on the show as opposed to being this procedural lawyer show.
Well, it's going to be Daredevil, no?
Yeah, he'll be Daredevil. Stephen Amell is not Daredevil. He's Arrow. People love him as Arrow, but
right. But isn't he also a lawyer? He's a lawyer. And then he fights crime.
Good point. And maybe he could be dating Meghan Markle because she's coming back in the news, everybody, because Meghan Markle's back in the news. New podcast coming.
Wow. Meghan Markle back in the news. Who'd have believed?
Oh, wow. Big surprise.
Yeah.
We have no privacy.
Yeah. We want our privacy. Was talking about Archetypes was her last one. It got canceled by Spotify, but now she has a new deal with Lemonada Media, and they're bringing a new platform forward for her. Lemonada Media. Let's say that 5 times. And they decided to make a deal out there. There's no actual premise for the podcast right now. They haven't what it's going to be about, but they're saying that she's going to kind of do the same kind of thing where she's giving a voice to a lot of women she says that don't have a voice. Now, she said she's proud, as Megan said, I'm proud to be able to share that I am joining a brilliant team at Lemonada to continue my love of podcasting.
Yeah, it takes a lot of investment of resources to start a new podcast.
It does. A lot of resources. But she said being able to support a female-founded company with a roster of thought-provoking and highly entertaining podcasts is a fantastic way to kick off 2024. And they're also going to take, Lemonada is also going to take her old Archetypes and put it back out there on Spotify. So it'll be on Spotify. So even though she lost deal with Spotify, she's going back to Spotify with compliments of Lemonada Media. So, good for her. Honestly, she got a sequel, but I know who won't get a sequel is Madam Web. She will not get a sequel because honestly, everyone's trashing on Madam Web right now. We talked about this on Tuesday, yesterday. Can't believe it was Tuesday. We talked about this on Tuesday. That wasn't looking good. Like 17% Rotten Tomatoes. They didn't let the embargo go out until yesterday. So no one can talk about reviews. So honestly, how's it going to be? Well, they're projecting to make $25 million in 6 days. In the 6-day opening weekend. $25 million and an $80 million budget, Mike. Honestly, it's not looking good. And Dakota Johnson came forward and said there were drastic changes to the script after they started shooting. And so whatever she signed up for, she said they were being kind of, they were second guessing everything. And then eventually they started changing everything. And she said that's why it probably went wrong. I mean, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's out right now. It came out today for Valentine's Day. So if you really want to see Madam Web with your significant other, I guess go ahead and have fun.
Valentine's Day movie, yes.
The perfect Valentine's Day movie. Again, the way you're making me feel, just like Michael Jackson's back in the news again because Sony now has bought the rights. Sony Music Group has bought a big portion of the rights to Michael Jackson's library. That's right. They're publishing and recording masters catalog in a deal that sources say, it pretty much is assets that lead up to $1.2 billion to $1.5 billion. Big. And they're buying it for $600 million. $600 million Sony's coughing up for this. And it's going to actually gain them, I think it's $75 million a month, which is, no, just a year. Sorry, that would have been even better. $75 million a year.
Exactly 12 times better.
Yeah, 12 times better. No, $75 million a year. And so they will make that money back. And of course, the biopic is coming out. So I think Michael Jackson will be back in the news quite a bit. And there were some images that came out from his nephew playing him, which is pretty coal to see. It looks really good, I think. We'll have to wait and see. I know people are kind of hating on Michael, but Michael's coming back in AI form probably before you know it, too. So I probably still see. Yeah,
he already has a hologram show in Vegas.
It's true, but it's going to get even more interesting to see. It's like something that's straight out of Star Trek, and Star Trek Discovery is coming back, everybody. Finally, we have notification that Thursday, April 4th, the premiere will happen for the 5th and final season of Star Trek Discovery. Now, they're going to air 2 episodes up front, and then you have to wait weekly to see the rest of them for a 10-episode season. And the final chapter will find Captain Burnham and the crew of the USS Discovery uncovering a mystery that has sent them on an adventure across the galaxy to find an ancient power whose existence has deliberately hidden for centuries. And there's other people coming after them, too. So, the last season, I know when they were shooting it, they didn't know they were being canceled. And Paramount them go back and actually give it an ending. So that's actually good for fans. I hope it's a good ending and a send-off after 5 seasons. It was like the first one on CBS All Access before it became Paramount Plus. So honestly, I hope it gets a good send-off. I've liked the show. Hopefully it's going to be good.
That's why I joined Paramount Plus entirely.
Was it really?
Star Trek. Truthfully.
There you go, Mike. Wow. A lot of people wanted it. A lot of people also love Star Wars too, Mike. And the Acolyte is coming forward as well. We finally got some news about the Acolyte. And this is, again, there's so many spinoffs right now for Star Wars. I'm like, oh, what's happening? But Lucasfilm said they're eyeing summer of 2024 to release this now. Not an exact date. We actually have a roundabout time frame. We never had that before. But it takes place 100 years before the Star Star Wars prequel trilogy, which is pretty far in the past, honestly. And Daphne King, Miss Wolverine herself, is in here too, leading the pack. So I can't wait to see what she brings to the table. And they're not really saying much about it. It's a mystery thriller, they're saying, that takes viewers into the galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers that will set within the days of the High Republic era. So I want to see it. I want to see it. Something before. I think I love that. Like, let's go back in time and let's not keep rehashing the same time. Maybe we'll find out about those taxes, Sean. Maybe we'll find out about those taxes, you know?
Here's hoping. Here's hoping, Brian.
Here's hoping. Negotiations.
I want to see it. You know, if anybody can find out about those taxes, though, it'll be Tom Cruise, because the only accolade that I know of that can kick some ass is Tom Cruise. Everybody, since Tom Cruise is back in the news one more time, maybe being a Tarantino movie. And which is interesting, for the last Tarantino movie ever, Tom Cruise is now negotiating to come in for a part. Now, it's not going to be that big, so don't get your hopes up too much. It'll be a cameo. He's been filming a lot, but he wants to work something out, this busy schedule, to come in and do something. He was supposed to be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Didn't work out, but now he's going to be in The Movie Critic. That's the idea. Of course, Brad Pitt is still leading the pack here, and I'm interested to see, because it is his last movie as of now. I mean, he says it is, and he's sticking to his guns. Hopefully it is. It'll be interesting to see Tom Cruise and Tarantino together. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Wait to see. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. I think it's like 11 things tonight, Sean. 11 things. Not bad.
Only.
No, not bad at all.
11's not bad. What do we do? What's the big? What's the longest?
5.45 seconds. Repeating, of course. We can make it.
That's a bevy of time.
Yeah.
Mike's gonna get through.
Click on the keyboard.
Oh, bevy. Yeah. Brian, like he gave a handicap for all of us the other day. We had 7 total.
Oh my God.
Total topics, and we made it. We made it. Actually, Jordan failed.
You only had 7 topics.
Yeah,
and I can only say that Jordan failed miserably because I've known him since we were 8 years old. So I get to shred that hate on him.